Get down, get down, get down, get down. Drop that.
For me, what, work it.
Get down, 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 get down.
Good morning, YouTube. We're back. Kiwanis Triathlon is now behind us. McKinney Sprint Tri is 6 weeks ahead of us. We are 4 weeks out from officially beginning our IronMan distance Margaritaville triathlon training for November. In this video, I officially want to take the time to go over some of those necessities that people need for triathlon. I'm going to set up my gear. I'm going to go over it from start to finish. So let's get after it. Welcome back. Session 1, Monday in the books. This is a fitness channel, so let's chat about what just happened here. We broke this down into 3 parts. Part A was just the strict press ladder. The legs are a little bit taxed from the triathlon yesterday, so today was more of an upper body core focus. After the shoulders were taxed and tired, we went ahead and hit the Echo bike for some conditioning. I believe I hit 100 calories, and every 10 calories I jumped off to handstand walk, 25 foot out, 25 foot back. Overhead was pretty broken down after that, so I went to the core and some erg work where I did what I call an accordion set, working from the rower to the bike to the GHD sit-ups and back down the ladder to the bike, ending the set on the row. I believe I did 21 cals on everything. Got a couple more sessions training this afternoon, done at 1 p.m. Home for session 2. As promised, we're going to go over all the things you need as a beginner triathlete or an intermediate to either get started, accomplish your first race, or accomplish your first half to full Ironman. Has anybody ever told you that triathlon is expensive? I believe that triathlon is an investment. So yes, there are levels of expense in the equipment, but there's also ways around it, like renting your bike, renting your wetsuit, borrowing, a bike or shoes or jerseys. For my first Ironman, I bought a bike off the bat. I rented my wetsuit. I traded personal training for swim lessons. I navigated all of the expenses and I purchased them as I got closer to the race. Here to my left, I have a swim bucket, a bike bucket, and a run bucket. I would personally get a swim bag, a run bag, and a bike bag full time for everything. So that when it's time to go bike, you have your bike bag. When it's time to go run, you have your run bag. And when it's time to hit the pool or a brick session, you have a swim bag. I learned this late, and it was a scramble to find all my gear and to keep it all together when I needed it the most. So get a run bag, get a bike bag, get a swim bag. Let's get started with the transition. I always have a beach towel, which is a 6-foot towel just for my swims. For my swims, and when I set up my transition, I have a nice large towel to kind of clarify my area. You gotta, one, have your space, and two, I use a nice bright towel so that I can find my bike easily by spotting it on the ground. Second, I have a hand towel. Quick dry off of the feet before you put your socks on, but a hand towel is absolutely a necessity. Now, let's get to the swim box. For training, I use some Noble jammers. They are not buoyant or anything like that. If you want an upgrade, Roka sells the buoyant jammers. For training, you'll need a pull buoy. A pull buoy is designed to allow you to strengthen your pull in your swim. It's going to be tucked in between your legs so that you can't use your legs, but it helps you stay afloat if you're a beginner swimmer so that you can focus on the technique of the swim and the breathing. Love a pull buoy. Kickboard. Gotta have a kickboard. Great for increasing the strength of your kick. Goggles. I always have a second pair of goggles just in case a pair of goggles breaks or you forget one. They do break and you do forget them. So get yourself 2 pairs of goggles so that you're never left without them. Roka wetsuit. This is a higher level wetsuit. I bought my wetsuit after I did my first full Ironman. That way I knew that I was committed to the sport, and I anticipated doing 3 to 4 to 5 more just to validate the cost of the wetsuit. When I rented mine, it was about $79 to $105, and they give you 14 days from when you receive it to 7 days after your event to return it. So you can rent these for your event before you go buy one. IronMan is always going to give you a swim cap. This is the one from my 70.3 in Boulder. I have 3 or 4 of these, but I also have all of my regular swim caps. Just like the goggles, you never know when you're going to need another one. This is my carry bag for my wetsuit. Snorkel. Snorkel, I like the one that goes off to the side. It also splits the middle so that you can focus on your stroke and your kicking. But the snorkel is going to allow you to really hone in on your technique of your swim. Snorkel, must have beginner swimmers. Last but not least, the swim paddles. The swim paddles are like the weights to your swim or the weight vest to your run. The swim paddles are going to ensure that you're entering the water correctly and that you're finishing your pull at your hip. They're going to improve your speed while you're using them, but they're also going to strengthen your lats and your pull through the water because of the extra resistance. These are my favorite. I use them to warm up. I use them to do my sprints. I'm always looking to improve my swim. So get yourself the paddle, get out there and improve your swim. That's all for swim. Next is the bike. It's a really good idea for you to get a notepad or open a note in your phone, jot some of these things down. Always begin with the things you need for training first. Worry about the things for the event or upgrading things for the event the closer you get to them. But never use new equipment on race day. Buy them earlier, break them in. That way you can kind of work out the kinks of whatever's new. Okay, now we're going to move to the bike. First and foremost, are clip-in shoes, assuming that you're going to clip into your bike. Clipping into the bike is the higher level version of biking. If you're doing something like a 70.3 or a full Ironman, there's no reason you shouldn't already be clipping into your bike or your Cyclops or your Wahoo, whatever you're training with. So investing in good shoes is huge because your feet will go numb if you just buy the cheaper pair. So invest one time and make sure that you don't have to re-buy these closer to event. A jersey. A biking jersey is more specific to if you are just in the biking world or if you have a two-piece wetsuit that's not a full tri-suit, you would throw this on over your jammers if you're just swimming with jammers on. But if you have a tri-suit, you don't have to worry about the jersey. Here's an example of the tri-suit. It's one full piece. It has the pockets in the back, but you could just throw this on under your wetsuit and it all just stays together. Or you could throw your jersey on over the top if you prefer to have a shirt of some kind. But it's going to be a long day. I would just stick with the tri-suit. Butt butter. Laugh with me one time. Now you've laughed. Now we can move on. Butt butter's huge. It's going to prevent you from chafing, getting butt blisters, minimize your friction from sitting in the bike for 2-3 hours. Absolute must to get the butt butter for your biking gear. They do sell this specifically for women as well, called Creative Enough Women's Butt Butter. Now for the run. Final leg. We're almost there. As I said before, 100% get yourself a run bag, a bike bag, and a swim bag. I love, love, love this Roka swim bag that was gifted to me a few years ago. I use it religiously for my swim gear, but I do have one for my biking stuff and for my run stuff. It has this mesh to allow it to breathe and not get stinky if you forget it in the car. Must have bag. I like to run in a hat full time. Most of the time you're going to train in the heat. One of my favorite hats is the Boko run hat, but I also love me some Nike like anybody else. Sunglasses. Gotta have the sunglasses to keep bugs from hitting you in the eye or your eyes going dry on your run. I use this primarily for training. I'm not really worried about this come any race day. It has a couple of pockets for my phone in the case of an emergency, a crash, maybe I witness a crash. I gotta have my phone on me in case I get a flat tire. And I can usually carry a few of my gels in here as well. But it's just my run belt to carry my phone and my headphones. Shoes. Get yourself a specific run shoe. People complain about pain, knee pain, blisters, their feet hurt. It's almost always going to be because you have a insufficient shoe. Okay? Science has come a long ways. Get the right gear for the sport that you're playing. This is probably my #1 suggestion to anybody getting into any one of these sports specifically. Just running, just biking, get the right gear. But specifically for triathlon, because this is going to determine a good experience from a great experience. Run belt, vice versa to the other belt. This belt is specifically for race day. You don't need to wear it for anything else outside of expediting, putting on your race number. But it's going to absolutely save you 30 to 60 seconds in your transition. This one's huge for the run gear. Get yourself a nice watch. Get yourself a triathlon or specific running watch. A couple of my favorite brands are Suwanto, which I used for my first full Ironman training. I had no problem with it. It had a great battery life. It's probably top 2 watches for marathon or triathlon. And secondarily, Garmin Forerunner. I believe the 965 is the newest one currently, which I absolutely love. It tracks my run very specifically to the distance, and I primarily use it in the pool to measure my total pool or open water swims. Get yourself a watch. It's going to improve your experience. Go big one time, pay it off later. You don't want to buy multiple watches going through your training camp. That concludes all the things you need to get started for beginning triathlon, intermediate, or your first 70.3. If you have any questions, comments, if you felt like I left something out, ask any of those questions down below in the comments, and I'll be sure and be proactive to responding. Thank you guys so much for connecting, and as always, get up, stand up, but never give up.